If you have kids, young kids, you might want to cover their ears. I apologize in advance. 3 years ago, Russia unleashed hell on Ukraine. Missiles slammed into kindergartens, hospitals, and homes, places where kids should be laughing and families should be safe. For 3 long years, Ukrainian soldiers have stood their ground against one of the world's biggest armies, grabbing whatever rifles, rockets, or resolve they could find to keep fighting. The soldiers, they don't fight because it's easy. They fight because the alternative is kneeling to a dictator who says Ukraine doesn't even deserve the right to exist. For 3 years now, I've been here with you. I'm hit with the truth that's impossible to ignore. Ukraine's fight is our fight. Every Russian tank that's blown to hell by Ukrainian soldiers is one less tank that's going to thunder into Poland or the Baltics tomorrow. Every warship that's from Russia that's sent to the bottom of the Black Sea is a loud warning to anybody thinking about Taiwan. Ukraine isn't just defending its own soil, it's holding up the whole damn system that's kept the world from spiraling into chaos since 1945. So let's talk about this idea that's been floating around that President Zelensky should sit down and cut a deal with Putin. That's like telling a family whose house got burned down that they should negotiate with the arsonist for whatever ashes they're going to give back to them. Putin started this. He's the one dropping the bombs and sending kids to die for his ego. He can end it tomorrow by pulling his troops out. Anything else? It's just handing a prize to a murderer. Peace that sells out justice and freedom isn't peace. It's surrendered, dressed up like a handshake. I'm flat out pissed about the whispers in Washington trying to trade Ukraine's lifeline for mineral rights. Ukraine isn't some corporate deal to haggle over. Those soldiers, they aren't bleeding out in the mud so we can get cheaper lithium. They're fighting for the same thing our grandparents fought for, freedom, and they're dying for it. Then there's a UN proposal that won't even call Russia the bad guy. It's not just spineless, it's a green light for trouble. Picture this. Think about after Pearl Harbor. If the world started saying, oh, this is just tensions in the Pacific, instead of pointing at Japan and saying, you did this. History's clear. Dancing around the truth simply emboldens these bullies and dictators. To every Ukrainian here today who's buried your loved ones, who you wake up gripping your phone for news from the front, who scrapes together every penny you can to send home. You're the heartbeat of democracy. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, the ones firing the anti-aircraft guns over Kyiv, patching up the wounded in Kharkiv, or hammering together what's left of their homes in Kherson, they're the ones carrying freedom's flag right now. We have to step up now, not later, not when it's convenient, right now. Ukraine needs more weapons to fight with, tougher sanctions to choke off Russia's war machine, and real support that doesn't waver, ever. Because if Ukraine goes down, don't kid yourself, Putin won't stop there. He's already said Ukraine's not a real country. You think he'll draw the line at Kiev? You think other tyrants aren't taking note of what's going on? This isn't just about Ukraine anymore. This is about whether we still give a damn about freedom, about democracy, about a nation's right to exist and to chart its own course. Ukraine has to win, not just for its own people, but for every single one of us who still believe in standing up to thugs. To the Ukrainian people, if you're watching this, and I hope you are, your guts, your grit, it's lighting a fire under the world. You're showing us what it really takes to fight for something bigger than yourself. And when, not if, but when you shove the last Russian tank back to where it came from, that victory will echo through history. It will be the moment democracy stared down dictatorship and said, not today. Slava Ukraine, glory to Ukraine.